This is the House of Parliament where men and women have sat for decades, making decisions that would affect all our lives. Do they really work in the interests of the people or themselves? They sit at the round tables, trying to decipher which way to turn. Is it left or is it right? Have the people benefited from those decisions? Our people have suffered for far too long. Change should not be a figment of the imagination, but reality. Every boy, every girl, every man, every woman are equally important. The market vendor joyfully sells her produce. The fish vendor skillfully uses his cutlass to cut the fish. Keep on working. Let your smile be your motivation. Build a community of brotherly and sisterly love. Don't give up on your dreams. Surround yourself with positive thinkers. Think big and keep on moving. Keep pushing the envelope. Yes, push that envelope until you have succeeded. You may have made many mistakes, but that is no reason to stop. Don't you dare give up. Get ready for that overflow. Get ready for that breakthrough. The overflow is coming. Showers of blessings. Stay cool. Stay calm. Stay collective. Ride the rough waves of life. Hold on to that rope tightly. Just keep working. Keep moving. Keep believing. Self-motivation. When you get a message before your show, before my prompt to come in, I saw the message flashing in, and it really made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. You guys have no idea how much you give me strength. And the message said, for my little troublesome friend, said, "My favorite lady, God bless you and your work, Doris." Thank you, Doris. Doris is one of my strong Adventist supporters. Love you, Doris, so much. Anyway, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lies and Deceit show. This is your host, Soraya Alexander, affectionately known as So. And people, it is always a pleasure joining you here today. It's going to be a very exciting show, and I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I saw somebody from, I don't know if the person said Dominica or the Dominican Republic, but the person said, "I wish you were in our country. We need someone like you." So imagine the foreigners, the different countries are seeing my work and they need somebody like So. So y'all better love So like crazy. Y'all better buy the coffee. Y'all better pray for her. Y'all better just do all the nice things for her, because it takes strength and it takes courage to do what I'm doing there. And I ain't no weak person. And I'm not weak. I'm not strong because of myself. I am strong because of the Almighty. Because in everything we're gonna fail. We are human beings, but we always rely on the Almighty. And tonight, excuse me, it is gonna be a very interesting show, because I really don't know what is happening in our country. And it seems like everybody is doing what they want. It's like nobody is following the rules and the regulation. And our country has become one of trying to strangle or prevent freedom of association, freedom of expression. And it is so sad. It is really sad. And I'm not just saying this because this is not my party in power, because I ain't get which party in power. As long as you govern my country properly, I with you. So much so that someone on the opposite sees my potential. And I'm not bashing this person. This person is my friend. Sees my potential. says you are a resource person. I'm sure he's listening. You are a resource person, and I would like to invite you to one of my meetings. You think I said no? I said yes, why not? As long as it's for my country. And I like his behavior. His behavior is like, we don't need all this quarreling. We don't need all this war. He is saying we need to move forward. Philip, there are people within your camp that want us to move on. People see him, so they're eyeing so. Right? Because what people like about me is my honesty. If I have to tell Shaz jump, I will tell him jump. If I have to tell Pierre run, I will tell Pierre run, because the big bad bull behind him. This is who I am. Why should I lie? At the end of the day, all of us need to eat. All of us need to have fun. All of us need to feel safe in our country. But we ain't feeling safe in our country, because I know what Philip Mossos is doing. I don't know what this man. A lot of people are upset with him, not only us. But people are ashamed. Some have gone quiet. Some are just watching what's going on. But I will tell this government, if they continue in this vein, 70 not. And whoever wins the next election, so will be there to make sure you do right by the people. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about so. It is about the people of St. Lucia. And it is very, very comforting that those on the opposite realize my potential, what I am doing, and the foreigners also. Now sit back, my people, and enjoy Morgie. I know you'll love that song. Bend dong dong. Bend like you do in Limbo. Enjoy.
The one and only, the man himself, the lyrics master of Kaiso is here tonight. Put your hands together. Make some noise for the man. Morgie. Lord, put a hand. Good night, everybody. Oh, God. Sometime. I was hired by the intelligence agency to investigate some guys in this land. The result I got was so shocking. So to you, this report I bring, because I know you'd have called me a liar if I don't know who is Prime Minister. You see the powers the man possess, putting the whole country in a mess. Some of them lawyers, some of them doctors, some of them are just plain supporters. So this is why I just decided to drop by to find out what they did in Dubai. So when will it be? When will we see them guys that's for we? When will we people realize the whole damn country they go jeopardize? Put a hand, put a hand, put a hand in the side. Stevenson, King Susea, Capige Fama. Everybody, thank you, Agun. Thank you. You want more? Oh, hey. Oh, Lord. Oh, hey. I went around with plenty fifth colonists to get my dossier and facts correct. I check out all the Grenada boys. Lord, my country, they want to wreck. Albusque run away from Guyana right after Jedi Jagan dead. And lock up in the air a big advisor to Leon Cornwall, Austin and Redhead. Because Jules was in education, who killed Jack and Crab and Maurice Bishop. You know what? That just got me scared, because all them fellas complexion red. So when will it be? When will we see them hiding for we? When will Saturday Chance and Deloney give workers an apology? Let me help. Put a hand, put a hand, put a hand in this hand. Now I hear in Ernest Hill want to overthrow Philip J. Pierre. I love you. Thank you. One more time. right after he too nearly back. But when he was there in Flabo, a drug dealer, they all let us know. Stephenson King had no education. He could not be the prime minister. They insult him left, right, and center. They even say he does bend over. Claudius went around on the TV, saying Richard put a hitman on him. Now you tete-a-tete in cabinet. That's why I will expose their closet. So when will it be? When will we see them guys there for weed? When will we people realize we will lose our paradise? Put a hand, put a hand, put a hand in the side. In Labour, Stevenson, King Macho. I wonder for who he does that is so good night.
I wonder for who Stephenson King does bend down to touch his toes, because people, it is really sad what is happening in this country. It's like these labor boys, that's why I can't deal with them, I can't stand them. I'll tell you why I can't stand them. They look for Stephenson King, I know Flabo. Because I never know, I watch these ministers. It's true, I gave Spider some pluck when he went and do the foolishness at Marigold. Like, come on, Spider. You know, but all of us lose our cool at some point in time. But what I loved about Spider, he came and he apologized. Any man that can apologize to me, I respect you. Okay? And it shows me that he has respect. Spider has respect for women. He apologized. So I really want to know what Stephenson King is doing. It's like he is a true labor right now. I did some research today. I went through the NTRC Act, Telecommunications Act, and I could not find anything governing internet radio in St. Lucia. I found some stuff for the United States and different country, and I also found stuff that if you want to do an internet radio, you can go through a company, you could do it, and also if you want to play commercial music, they give you that license since you do it under them, so you could be playing your commercial music without any issues. So this is why I keep saying to you, we have a Flintstone board. You know, Stephenson King, where do you get off? Why don't we in this country operate regarding rules and regulations? If you go by the book, nobody's saying nothing about you, but when you want to create laws that are not there, there is nothing in St. Lucia. If there is, please correct me, send it to me. But there is nothing in St. Lucia governing a radio, internet radio, and Stephenson King really wants to shut Sky FM. Let me tell you something. When you wish bad for people, it comes back to you. He thought he was silencing Sky FM, however, they're on internet radio. Let me show you how them fellas are. Before you say anything, they want to sue you. But Peter Chico, people need to really let us take off our political hats and look at things objectively. All right? Peter Chico was operating in his capacity as the controller of customs, and I can tell you that without fear or favor. Mr. Chico never took any directives from Alan Chasney to go after Mr. Hiller. Mr. Chico did not have any meeting with Honorable Alan Chasney to conspire against Ernest Hiller. It is all in Ernest's head. Now, Ernest Hiller, I really need to understand you. You're a confusing person, but I think I understand you because you're my good friend. You just need to chill, Because I am going to say that to you. If you cannot sit back, breathe, divorce yourself from all the clique that giving you bad advice, you are going to destroy yourself, and you have started. I don't understand, Ernest Hilaire. You want to take Mr. Chico to court. Fair enough. Mr. Chico is not backing down. Mr. Chico said, let's go. But then you want mediation. So tomorrow, you all are going to have your mediation with whatever. If you are calling for mediation, I really want to know what's going on. You should, as you said, you can go after everybody. Because now you're in government. You should take Mr. Chico to the cleaners. Because we know you can't. We know you can't. And I'm telling you, we have a lot of arrogant men in St. Lucia. If you are my friend, I just give you the honest truth. Take it or leave it. You don't have to talk to me mammily. Because I remembered, I said to Ernest Hilaire, give the people their documents, pay the people their money, leave that alone. But you know, when you are arrogant and you are not humble, things happen. Things happen, and to believe, and that's how this man is. When you challenge him, you're not his friend, you're not nothing again. And to believe you are part of our alumni, you went to school with us. I really don't know. I really don't know what has happened to Ernest Hilaire, because I tell you, I always admired this guy when he was at school and how he behaved. I don't know what turned upside down for Ernest. I really don't know. But I cannot be soft on you, because this is my country. And you're doing a lot of madness. Now, people, let us put the picture with Russia. We're going to Russia tonight. We're going to Russia tonight. We have we have men. When you are a leader, let me tell you something, you have to be humble. You cannot puff up your chest. Now, we have a serious situation dealing with my people. We have the EU now saying to us that if we continue selling our passports, you and I are going to be in trouble. We would not be able to travel to those countries free anymore. We would have to get a visa. I do not think that Ernest Hilaire listens to himself. And as I said before, you have the wrong set of people around you and you don't listen. Friends don't lead you astray. Friends point you in the right direction. Because if he was listening to what is happening geopolitically, he would realize that he erred. And I am telling you, NATO, the European Union, they are not looking at St. Lucia in any good light. And we have another bad boy, I don't know what is wrong with this Prime Minister too. Gaston Brown. I'm going to play the tapes for you all to see. I do not know what is going on. Now, let me tell you, citizens buy investment, right? It is not anything that is bad if it is controlled properly, because I'm going to educate you tonight and for you to learn a lot about it. It's not anything that is grave, but we don't want our passports to be sold for Tom, Dick, and Harry. But Ernest Hilaire, people, I really don't know. Let us play the one. I'll tell you which one. I really don't know what is wrong with this guy. Like somebody said to me, so I think Ernest has serious issues. I think so too. I think so. Okay, let's play the one with Ernest, where he's speaking. Investment minister says no to sanction on Russian CIP applicants. Take a listen, my people.
From the leader of the opposition to impose sanctions against Russia regarding St. Lucia's CIP program has seen an immense reaction from Minister for Investment Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Dr. Hilaire maintains that CIP sanctions are unnecessary due to various checks and balances associated with St. Lucia's CIP program.
A person should be denied on the basis of the circumstances and the due diligence report. I don't know that you should, for example, ban anybody simply because they will happen to be born in Russia. But if the due diligence shows that they fail, or whether their circumstances are such that they are not desirable in the context of what's happening, then they should not be accepted. But I don't think you should outright blanket somebody and ban somebody simply because they were born in Russia, or in St. Lucia, or in Syria, or in the United States. A few years ago, we knew about St. Lucians in Canada, in Martinique. And I don't think you should ban somebody just because they're born in Russia. There are Russians living in America that do not support Putin and what he's doing, and wish to get a St. Lucian citizenship so they don't have to travel on a Russian passport. Would you exclude them just because they were born in Russia? I don't think so. I think persons should apply, whichever your nationality, present your case, why you need a second citizenship, why you need to invest in St. Lucia, and based on due diligence and our work, we then decide if you are worthy of being granted citizenship.
However, according to the leader of the opposition, Alan Chasney, not imposing the sanctions against Russia sends mixed signals to St. Lucia's allies, as other Caribbean territories like Antigua and Dominica have imposed similar sanctions as a show of solidarity.
And I applaud the government for its vote at the UN. I applaud it for the stance that it's articulated, but then you must follow up with it. So if you're now saying that Russia is wrong and that you're supporting the Western position on this issue, and the West are now taking sanctions against them, you must do the same thing. So you must close those doors early. So you would know that, in fact, Russians now who are trying to bypass the sanctions will look for other safe havens. So our CIP program becomes a good opportunity. If, in fact, you don't close that door, then you're being a hypocrite. Because on one hand, you're saying that you're supporting what's going on over here, but you're turning a blind eye. So it was astonishing to me, but I was, wow, Dominica and Antigua came out quickly and made that pronouncement. But St. Lucia hasn't done that yet. So the reality is if we're going to play a part, not only by voting at the UN, but by supporting our allies, then those are some common sense sanctions that should take place.
The opposition leader points to St. Lucia's strong ties with the West as evidence of why the sanctions should ensue.
Our diaspora lives in the West. United States, Canada, UK. Almost 100% of our economy is tied to countries in the West. And I made it very clear to those countries that St. Lucia would not be practicing the typical type of geopolitics, that our foreign policy wasn't for sale, but at the same time that we were going to support the initiatives of the West, with the understanding that their borders are our borders. The question is, if a Russian registered ship comes to St. Lucia, are we going to allow it in? Are we going to discharge Russian ships? Okay? Are we going to allow Russians to open up bank accounts in St. Lucia? Okay? Because now you're jeopardizing your financial system. So there's a lot of thought that has to go into this entire thing. And I'm not so sure the government is being very proactive on it. It seems like they're being very reactive.
Chasney says while he supports the government's decision in its stance against the war, the opposition would like to see a more proactive approach in implementing sanctions that would further strengthen this stance. For the DBS News World, I am Jason Darius.
Now, people, you have to look at what Ernest Hilaire said and what Alan Chasney said. It is like putting your foot in your mouth, because how can our country, our island, St. Lucia, say we are in alignment with the West, and then we agree to the sanctions and everything imposed on Russia? However, Ernest Hilaire saying it is okay to go ahead and give Russians CIP, investment, citizen by investment. Now, if you listen to what he said, Ernest Hilaire, he said about due diligence. Imagine the countries who are more powerful than us, who have all the necessary agencies to fact check somebody. are saying that they're not giving Russians any passports, neither the Ukrainians. So how is Ernest going to do his fact check in ensuring that this person is not a Russian or somebody from Ukraine is not a Russian? How are you going to do due diligence? So it is saying to me that he is not in agreement with what is happening geopolitically. It means that they went and they vote one way and they're doing something else. Now, let me tell you all something about that CIP. This is serious business. And you would be surprised to know we are going to show you the top 5 countries offering citizens by investment. I'm showing you everything, and then I'm going to drop the bomb to show you what can happen to us. And I am wondering if our government, you got to go with NATO. You got to go with the West. But you are leaning towards Russia. What is going on here? Have a look, my people.
Economic citizenship becomes more and more popular. It is an efficient way to secure a second passport and diversify investments. There are several options for citizenship by investment or residency by investment around the world. This makes the market more competitive and increases the variety. Here is a list of the best 5 programs around the world in 2021 that you can check before deciding. These are the top 5 countries offering citizenship by investment. 5. Portugal. Portugal is one of the most beautiful countries in Europe. The food in Portugal is incredible and there is a wide variety available in all the cities. Portugal is known by contemporary attractions, colorful medieval villages, charming seaside towns, ancient castles and romantic palaces. Investors can choose from the following investment options. Buy property valued at €500,000 or more. Or acquire property valued at €350,000 for properties more than 30 years old. As of 2020, holders of a Portuguese passport have visa-free access to 186 countries, ranking the Portuguese passport on 6th place in the world. A single person estimated monthly costs are $602 not including rent. 4. Turkey. Turkey is a country of great geostrategic importance since it lies on the cross borders of Europe and Asia. Turkey's economic and social development performance has been impressive during the last years, leading to increased employment and incomes. The most significant reason foreigners are investing in Turkey is that it gives them access to European and Asian markets. To get the Turkish passport, you should invest a minimum of $250,000 in real estate, venture capital, local businesses or government bonds. There are 72 countries that allow Turkish citizens to enter without getting a visa in advance, such as Qatar, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Brazil, Argentina, South Africa, Thailand, Ukraine, Uruguay. A single person estimated monthly costs are $396 not including rent. 3. Montenegro. Montenegro is a country located in southeastern Europe. It has a coast on the Adriatic Sea and is bordered by Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Kosovo, and Albania. Montenegro is a member of the Central European Free Trade Agreement. Applicants for the citizenship program must make a contribution of €100,000 in the form of a government fund donation. In addition to the donation, applicants are required to invest in approved real estate projects in the country. Depending on where the selected projects are, applicants will have to choose €250,000 investment in an undeveloped region or €450,000 investment in the south of the country. By 2025, Montenegro is expected to become a member of the European Union. A single person estimated monthly costs are $505 not including rent. 2. Dominica. Officially the Commonwealth of Dominica, this beautiful island boasts pristine sandy beaches, lush green mountains, acres of unspoiled tropical rainforests, and some of the best diving and hiking in the Caribbean. A diverse blend of English, French, African and Carib peoples and cultures. Dominica is a politically and economically stable state with the lowest crime rate in the region. The Economic Citizenship Program offers applicants a wealth of benefits and privileges. A single applicant is required to make a non-refundable contribution of 100,000 United States dollars to the Economic Diversification Fund. A non-refundable contribution of 175,000 United States dollars qualifies a family of 4 including the main applicant, the spouse, and 2 other dependents other than a dependent sibling. Applicants may purchase property valued at a minimum of 200,000 United States dollars in a government-approved real estate development. The investment must be maintained for a minimum of 3 years. A single person estimated monthly costs are $790 not including rent. 1. St. Lucia. It is an island country in the West Indies in the eastern Caribbean Sea on the boundary with the Atlantic Ocean. St. Lucia tends to be popular due to its tropical weather and scenery and its beaches and resorts. The culture of St. Lucia has been influenced by African, East Indian, French, and English heritage. St. Lucia recognizes dual citizenship, which can prove advantageous for business expansion and tax relief. Other benefits include the following is the fast processing within 3 months and the inclusion of dependent children under 25. Applicants may purchase property valued at a minimum of 300,000 United States dollars in a pre-approved real estate development area. The property must be owned and maintained for a minimum of 5 years. Property registration, processing fees and taxes must be paid in addition to the property purchase. Applicants may purchase property valued at a minimum of 300,000 United States dollars in a pre-approved real estate development area. The property must be owned and maintained for a minimum of 5 years. Property registration, processing fees and taxes must be paid in addition to the property purchase. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any videos.
So my people, as the video said, we are number 1 in the top 5 countries for a CIP passport. But hear this, we have a problem on our hand. Number 1, crime is out of control. 2, crime affects our economy. And 3, the wider world is watching St. Lucia. Now, it is sad to say our actions, well, the actions of Ernest Hiller and his government does not match what they voted for. They voted for the sanctioning Russia. However, he is now turning back to say, you know, we do our due diligence and then we can give the Russians a St. Lucian passport. But in another video, you will realize, and this is why people have to stop looking at things from a political standpoint and as an economy and a country, because this can affect us. And based on research, it would appear that our passport will make no sense anymore. We would need to get a visa. We would need to do what we have to do to go to the EU countries. So is Ernest Hiller really thinking of what he is saying? And these are the things you all should be discussing, people. Not the mepui and the move. Crime is out of control. Now, if I am an investor, I have, let's say, 2 million US, just to play with, and I want to buy a passport. And I'm eyeing St. Lucia. But with the crime level, why should I come to St. Lucia? Every day, you have countless accidents on the road. We have people dying like flies. And we have a prime minister and a deputy prime minister who are not doing anything to curb the crime. The wider world is watching St. Lucia. And have you realized that Philip J. Pierre is not really prime minister material? I haven't heard this man in any serious press conference talking to his people, whether people voted for you or not, speaking to us on the issues. In particular, what the EU is saying about the visas. We cannot use our passports free again to travel. And let me tell you, all people, we are in for a rough time. And I will say it again, I don't care who's upset with me, but Alan Shastney was respected on the international stage more than Philip J. Pierre. Now, Gaston Brown, scrap CIP or lose visa-free access to Europe, Antigua, and other CIP countries told. Scrap CIP or lose visa-free access to Europe, Antigua, and other CIP countries. They were told that. Take a listen.
Well, the reality is now that CIP programs, citizenship and investment programs in Europe, in the Caribbean, and elsewhere, they're under threat. The European Union would have taken legislation to its parliament a week ago, and they would have passed it, one in which they're giving countries the option to do away with the CIP programs in order to continue to have Schengen visa-free status into Europe, or to continue the program and they stop them from having visa-free access into the Schengen region, which is a difficult situation because if you don't have access into the visa-free access into the Schengen visa-free area, then clearly it will undermine the viability of these programs, because a lot of people who literally get our citizenship is also to get access, visa-free access into that region. Prior, Canada was part of it, but as you know, Canada has literally suspended visa-free access for all countries, including Antigua and Barbuda. We were the final casualty of that policy, in which they felt that because we had a CIP program, that they would not continue to allow us visa-free access into Canada. And I can tell you, for example, when we first started in 2014, by about 2015, 2016, I think we got up to about $200 million in 1 year. And that's because Antigua and Barbuda had access, visa-free access into Canada. And then after that, the program fell to about, I think, as low as $67 million in 1 year. And on average, since then, we've been doing about $100 million. Now, if these countries are successful in undermining our CIP program, then I have to tell you it's going to create significant problems for the OECS currency union countries. In the case of Antigua and Barbuda, about 10% of our revenue, or maybe if I'm exaggerating, no more than probably 12-15% comes from CIP. But in some countries within the sub-region, the CIP contributes up to 50% of the annual revenue. So you can imagine the impact on those countries. It would be a very difficult proposition. In fact, the U.S., as you know now, they have two congressmen who have decided now to go further and to pass legislation. And one of the provisions is to work in lockstep with the European Union to get them to discontinue the Schengen visa-free access into Europe. So I have taken the opportunity to write to policymakers, parliamentarians in Europe, as well as those two congressmen who are now tabling this legislation, to let them know the impact that they're about to inflict on our CIP programs and the impact on our economies. I would have reassured them as well about the type of due diligence that we have in place, in which citizens from these countries who are trying to access citizenship on our program, they have to provide a police report from the country of origin and or the country of residence, or both. They also have to get clearance from Interpol, and there's without fail, a review of their financial background, if they have companies and businesses and so on, to determine the source of income. So the due diligence is robust, and as far as we're concerned, our citizenship by investment programs do not represent any risk to these countries, as how they so put it. I mean, as far as we're concerned, we are now collateral damage. And I think what is also fueling this type of behavior is that they're trying to use the Russian oligarchs and suggesting that, these Russian oligarchs will utilize our programs to get citizenship and to get into their countries and to be involved in probably money laundering and so on. They're also suggesting too that even terrorists, will target our countries, but there's no evidence of that. In any case, if a terrorist wants to target any country using, any CIP country in the Caribbean or in the OECS Caribbean, all they have to do is to come here as a tourist, because generally speaking, unless there's something known, they're listed also, and they come here as a tourist and they're considered to be a usual law-abiding person, there's nothing stopping them. Otherwise, if they have access to the US and Canada, and as well as the United Kingdom, we have direct flights. All they have to do is to jump on a flight and come to Antigua and Barbuda. So I don't think they're giving they're doing a good assessment of the risk. I think it's a knee-jerk reaction. And then looking at the collateral damage that, we had a so-called third border in the Caribbean, in the case of the United States. They're not showing any, any empathy towards us. And we are now trying to bring these issues to their attention and to let them know that, look, we've been cooperating and I would have had constructive dialogue with all countries globally. We have, for example, the tax information exchange agreement with many countries, a mutual legal assistance treaty that was signed with various countries, various international governmental agreements, and even the US FATCA. You remember some years ago, we had to do the FATCA so that the banks here have to report, the banking assets of US citizens. I think it's over $50,000. And even the CRS as well, the Common Reporting Standard, which covers European Union countries. So there's been full cooperation. We're not in any sanction list. And I don't know why, they're using this kind of knee-jerk reaction. But
he is talking about a knee-jerk reaction, but I think Gaston Brown is missing a critical element in that. You find that the EU, they are watching our country in terms of people, yes, well, the Caribbean countries, yes, people want to have our passport, but maybe evading tax, money laundering, crimes. So I may come to St. Lucia, right, with my 2 million US, I get a passport or I buy a home, I invest exactly to what they want me to do. However, I am fronting for somebody, money laundering, right? And we have to be very careful. And I think St. Lucia is going to get a blow, and Dominica is going to get a blow also. Just give me a minute, people. Oh my God, people are dying in this country, left, right, and center. Let me just get this. It's just crazy. Okay, got some information. 2 people shot in Jacmel. Excuse me. And apparently, I don't know, people, this country is so unsafe. Information coming out of the office of the OIC Northern Division that there are threats going out against the police in the south of the island by criminal elements. It is advised that all police officers be careful and be mindful of your surroundings in all your movements. And yes, we do have good cops, and I would love them to do their job and take the criminals out. I make no apology. Because why can't we be safe in this country? Not even the police officers are safe. Now, Daisy, I lick you on my lash, I'm gonna lick you there. You there like a puppy show. You there like a puppy show. What are you doing? What are you doing, Daisy? This have nothing to do with I like you as a person. I care that. I care about my country. I care about my country. What are you doing to protect us? And the officers. It almost seems like the officers are afraid to act. It's like the criminals and the citizens are bigger than them. What is going on in our country? And this ties back to my topic tonight. let me tell you something about investors. They are very, very shrewd where they are going to buy a passport or invest their money. Every bloody day in this country, somebody is being shot. And it's like we have a police department, right? A commissioner of police that wears pampers. Because nobody is willing to take off the pampers and put on the armor and go out there and make a difference to keep the citizens of St. Lucia safe. So how Ernest Hilaire right now is saying to me and to the people of St. Lucia that it is okay, you are going to allow the Russians to buy our passports, you're going to do due diligence. You can't even do due diligence with the criminals we have here. Is with passports you're going to do due diligence? Where do these people get off in this country? So whenever I come to speak to you, I bring reality into what I'm saying. Because look at what just transpired there. Whenever, now I am sick of this government to the point that I want to vomit. If Shas was there, I would put the same pressure on Shas. You know why? It is our country, and we are not going to allow criminals to take over our country. Criminals, Laje, Gokod, where is Daisy? Where is Daisy? What you doing? Daisy Pokopawe? The police was not ready yet. We need to get outside intervention before Ernest Hilaire speaks about, oh, the Russians can buy our passports. Why don't y'all call in the US for help? Why don't y'all do that? Imagine people are saying, you know, you're supposed to be going around the island enjoying your country. People are saying they don't even want to go to Viewfort. Something is not right, people. Something is not right in this country. And I agree with this person who said, I swear, ever since SLP got, it's like the pact they made with the devil is now coming front. I said that to you, and somebody else said that to me also. They felt that way. From the time I caught up the following day of the election, I felt a dark cloud over our country. I felt a dark cloud over our country, and it is continuing. Who is going to bail the cat? Who is going to bail the cat? And it seems everything Ernest Hilaire wants to do is always opposite. Nobody in cricket like Ernest. Opposite. Look right now, CIP. Opposite. Gaston Brong saying he's going to, at least I will give Gaston Brong his props. At least he said he's going to write to them. Yeah, he could write to them. But if the EU, who is more powerful than little Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, what do you expect would happen? Now he is saying, Gaston Brong is saying, excuse me, Gaston Brong is saying that the CIP, the monies received from CIP in his country is significant, at least $100 million a year. This is not little money. Now let me tell you why. It is sad to say that our small island developing states are in a trap, and they have to rely on CIP because most of those small island developing states do not have a diverse economy. Now, if the United States is our friend, and our biggest market in terms of tourism come from them. We should be leaning towards them. We should be leaning towards the United States. But right now we are going against them. Now, people, if this trend continue with Ernest Hilaire is being watched throughout the world. The government of St. Lucia is being watched throughout the world. Suppose the US decide, okay, you know, they sneeze, we catch a cold. Suppose the US decide, okay, you see them visa thing, we're gonna make it tough for any country that offers CIP. We're gonna make it very tough, extremely tough for their people to get visa. I'm telling you, our ministers of government, in particular, Ernest Hilaire, I really don't know where this man get off. Ernest, tell the people of St. Lucia, please, tell the people of St. Lucia how many St. Lucians or Caribbean people apply or go visit Russia. I will say that again. Ernest Hilaire, please let me know, and the people of St. Lucia, how many St. Lucians or Caribbean people go vacationing in Russia. And you also have to do a comparison with how many St. Lucians go to the European Union, the United States of America, and Canada. This is how you have to think, but they are thinking for themselves. That government is not thinking for the people of St. Lucia. They are thinking for themselves. It's me, me, me. When you're in leadership, it can never be me, me, me. So right now, I am going to really put the fear of God in you now. And then after I put the fear of God in you now, I need you to protest. Y'all, people, it has come to a point where it ain't about UWP or SLP. It has come to a point where we as citizens have to let this government know that they are doing pure crap. Pay attention. Stop talking under the live. Pay attention, because you'll be able to go back and say to somebody, this is what I learned on so-so show. Okay, so I am going to play for you. And listen attentively. Will Caribbean passport lose EU access?
Hi, it's a Wealthy Expat here. As you've seen in the news recently, the European Union is strongly against citizenship by investment. They want to cancel Malta's citizenship by investment program. They want to punish countries that are doing citizenship by investment, and they've even proposed taking away visa-free travel to citizenship by investment countries just like St. Kitts, St. Lucia, Grenada, and so on. We're going to discuss Vanuatu citizenship and how it's losing access to the Schengen area and the European Union very soon, and could potentially other passports just like St. Kitts and other citizenship by investment programs. Are they going to lose access to Europe? Are they going to lose access to other countries around the world? And are they going to become worthless passports? Let's see what we can do. Now, first up, I just want to show you this announcement here. Vanuatu removed from the EU visa waiver program. This was very recently. Vanuatu passport holders will not be able to apply for ETIAS, which is basically going to start next year, and will instead need a visa for the Schengen area. And basically, if you go down, the Vanuatu passport allows visa-free access, and the scheme first came under EU scrutiny for not meeting obligatory due diligence controls to ensure participants were not engaged in fraudulent or criminal activity. And the EU Commission announced its proposal to suspend the visa-free waiver program in a press release on January 12th, and they will be given 2 months notice from the date of the publication that they will not have visa-free access anymore. And now also on top of that, citizenship by investment programs, in order to collaborate with the EU, collaborate with NATO, collaborate with other programs, they've actually suspended all Russian and Belarusian nationals. This is from the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Unit. This is a circular that they gave March 10th, which was yesterday. You might be seeing this video later on, but I'm filming it March 11th. The government of Grenada has decided to temporarily suspend the acceptance of new applications from Russian and Belarusian for the Citizenship by Investment program with immediate effect. They're closely monitoring the situation in Ukraine. What do I think about this? Are St. Kitts and other programs like that, because of the EU not wanting citizenship by investments anymore, they want to take out Malta citizenship by investment. They want to tax golden visas. They want to make sure that nobody buys or gets their way into a EU citizenship with money. They don't want that to happen. Plus, they might punish passports like the St. Kitts passport by saying, hey, if you got the passport by investment, no. You can't travel to the EU without a visa. You can't travel with the ETIS, which is like the ESTA in the United States. It's visa-free waiver. You just basically put a little form with your information, then you get into Europe. Are they going to remove that for these passports? And I'm genuinely a little bit afraid that they're going to do that. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but the way the EU is going right now is punishing wealth that is coming to Europe and punishing countries that are welcoming wealth into their countries in exchange for a passport. Now that St. Kitts and all these other governments have basically banned the Russians and Belarusians from applying, some of them have even banned Ukrainians for applying because they can't do any due diligence in the country because there's obviously a war going on. They're siding with NATO, they're siding with the West, they're siding with the EU, with the US, because they want to make sure that they have good relationships with them. But they're also selling their passports, and the EU really doesn't like that. So there is a slight chance, unfortunately, that these passports might lose access to the EU, to the Schengen area, once the ETIAS is implemented. So what is going to be the solution? A lot of these passports, hopefully, like the St. Kitts, which has a great reputation, a lot of people know about their program, but it's a program that has lost Schengen access, has gained Schengen access, has lost Canada access, is working on getting it back again. So it's basically a program that has done strict due diligence on all its applicants. They've basically been very disciplined in their work. I don't see St. Kitts losing visa-free travel anytime soon. What I do see is maybe some countries start getting some restrictions. For example, countries like Dominica, which is extremely popular. It's one of those programs that gets the most applications, to be honest, in terms of volume. They get the most people buying it because it's a cheaper passport. I do see Dominica maybe having some trouble later on, having some trouble because now they have good relationship with China, good relationship with Russia, and maybe the West gives them some trouble into getting into the EU, potentially even getting US or Canada visa-free travel. That probably will never happen. And St. Kitts might be one of those last countries that gets removed from the Schengen area access. I'm really hoping that this never happens. Obviously, I tell people to get a second passport, to get citizenship by investment, but if this is going to be my only passport, and I love traveling through Europe, then honestly, I'm just gonna go and get a golden visa or a residence permit somewhere in Europe because I don't wanna lose that EU access with just one passport in St. Kitts and have to apply for a Schengen visa again and again. And just to show a little bit more of this particular situation, here you have the European Parliament website, and basically it says MEPs call for a ban on golden passport and EU rules for golden visas. And it's basically saying that golden passports, golden visas are objectionable ethically, legally, and economically and pose several security risks. Yeah, because countries wanting wealth to come to their countries is bad for everybody, sure. So basically it says ban golden passports like Malta, ban golden visas like Portugal, Greece, Latvia, all of those, ban them. Italy, ban them. And also the problem here, the report stresses that intermediaries for these schemes are neither transparent nor held accountable, calling for a ban on their involvement in CBIs and a strict and binding regulation for RBIs, residence by investment, citizenship by investment. MEPs want to put a stop to marketing practices that use EU symbols or point to the benefits of EU citizenship. So basically this would affect me, to be honest. They want to put a stop to all marketing practices. So if I make a video about the Portugal Golden Visa and where you should get Portugal Golden Visa or where you should get the Maltese citizenship by investment, they want to put restrictions on me because I can't make videos about that because it's a bad practice to invite people to join the European Union and become a citizen of the EU. So it does apply to me. You might see me making less videos about these programs if this does come into effect. And the text also asks the Commission to put pressure, and this is the important part that I mentioned before, put pressure on third countries that benefit from visa-free travel to the EU to abolish their CBI and reform their RBI. And this is the part that really scares me because all of these countries, let's say El Salvador, starts a citizenship by investment program with Bitcoin. I talked about it in another video. They have visa-free access to the EU. They might lose it because they start citizenship by investment. You might see with a lot of these passports is that they either put a lot of pressure on them to take a lot less applicants or be more diligent with the applications or accept less nationalities. What I also see potentially happening here is that the EU might say, these people that are getting St. Kitts, Grenada, St. Lucia, Dominica citizenship by investment, where do they come from? If they come from countries that the EU thinks are worse than them, countries that are at war, countries that are sanctioned and so on, if they come from those countries, then they need a visa to come to the EU. If they come from other countries like US, Canada, Australia, but they choose to travel on that passport, then it's okay. That might happen because some other countries do that. For example, if you're from Iraq and you get a St. Kitts citizenship by investment program or any citizenship by investment programs, countries that St. Kitts allows you to go visa-free, some of these countries they'll require you to have a visa because they just think that the country where you're coming from is a bad country objectively. And that might happen with a lot of these programs. If you're from St. Kitts, if you're from Grenada, from Dominica, you use one of those passports to get in, and your origin country or other passport that you have is from a country that they think is a bad country objectively or has a bad passport, then no, I'm sorry, but you need a visa to come to the EU. So that I might see as a first step that might happen, or the pressure that they will get from the EU, and then maybe even later on refuse Schengen access entirely. And that's why I think it's super important to not just have one second passport, for example, like a St. Kitts, but also have residence permits all over the world and have different passports as you're working towards. So for example, I'm working on the golden visa. If it doesn't get shut down because of these people, if it doesn't get shut down, then I get the Portugal golden visa, or I get a Slovenia residence permit or a Polish residence permit. I'm working on multiple options all over the world just so I don't have one passport. I have the residence here in the UAE. I'm working on another residence in Asia, and I have multiple bases all over the world. And that's what I recommend to many people. Just have your options because you never know when they're going to change. Maybe you're working on the Portugal golden visa and it takes you 2 to 3 more years to get a passport, and the whole thing gets canceled. You'll never get your passport. Okay, time for a plan B, time to think about another country, about another residence permit or residence by investment. And that's what I want you to think always. If this program goes down, if they take it down, they put a lot of pressure, okay, what other program can I get? What other country can I work towards citizenship? That is my mindset. That is what I'm always looking at and what I tell my clients and what I highly recommend you to be looking at when it comes to these situations. If you need help getting other passports, other residence permits, for example, in tax-free countries like here, the United Arab Emirates, we can obviously help you. We're a Wealthy Expat. We're now a company of many people. I'm the owner and the CEO, and we can help you with absolutely everything. Getting a second passport, getting a second residence, lowering your taxes down to 0. We can help you with absolutely everything. Just click that first link in the description. Book a one-on-one call with us, wealthyexpatcall.com. Book a one-on-one call with us. Let's see if we can help you, discuss your situation, what your options are, depending on what passport you have, what passports you want to have, what citizenships and what residences you want to have. We'll discuss everything on that call. It's for free. And check out the video that is right here. Do I regret buying St. Kitts citizenship by investment? Do I regret paying $150,000 for this passport? I discuss it in detail. Is it a bad decision or a good decision for you? A lot of people love that video. Check it out. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, that like button down below. I'm the Wealthy Expat. I'll see you on the next video.
Me miss. Me ro. Oh my God. Oh my God. My people, you need to ask this government, what is their strategy in dealing in the event that the EU prevent we the citizens of St. Lucia from using our passport freely to travel. We need to find out from Philip J. Pierre, what is his plan? Because people, you heard what Brown said, Gaston Brown, $100 million in CIP by selling passports, right? It means that our Caribbean leaders are short-sighted. It means that they were not creative enough to find other ways in diversing our economy. And I'm going to be very blunt with you. Citizenship by investment is a lazy way for a government to get quick money. This is how I view citizenship by investment, a lazy and quick way for a government to get money. Going the other route in diversifying our economy is too much work. So the quick buck, let's do that, sell people's passports. So you as St. Lucians, let me show you the effect it is going to have on you. CIP contributes to our economy, right? So, in the event that the EU decide we are not going to allow any St. Lucian to travel to the EU without a visa, you know what is going to happen? Those same people, those same Russians, Ernest Hilaire is saying, oh, he is going to give them passports they can apply. Those same people, you see the nasty effect, domino effect? Those same people will not come to St. Lucia for any passport. Because number one, the EU has pulled rank. Canada has pulled rank on us long days ago. And the US might pull rank on us. So it's a double-edged sword. People will not want our passports. Our revenue stream is going to decline. And this man is just saying, let Russians come. Whereas Grenada say, no, you're not coming. Everybody say, no, you're not coming. What is so special about St. Lucia that we do not know that it is okay to just say, oh, you will do background checks and allow people to come to our country? Something is fundamentally wrong with this country. The people running our country are not thinking, and it is clear. I don't care if you have PhD, but the way you are approaching situations involving the survival of our country, I really don't think that PhD did any justice. And I always say, intelligence is not having a piece of paper, because you can cram, you can do your thesis, you could do whatever, and still not be able to impart the knowledge. And I want to know also in this country, if we have mad advisors giving earnest instructions as to what to do, because this is serious. You know, travel is so difficult, right? Traveling now, you must have this, you must have that. And to put us in that box again that we cannot travel to the EU freely, because some man sits in his office and decide, oh, you know, we're going to let Russia come in, we're going to let this one come in. And like the gentleman said in the tape, they will ban CIP and we're going to find ourselves in trouble. Serious trouble. And somebody was asking how many passports you can have. You can have as many passports as you like, as long as you can afford it. Right? You can have as many passports. But it's always good. And like the guy said, let me tell you why these people are looking for passports now. The Russians, obviously, we have wealthy Russians. Their country is at war. St. Lucia is saying, okay, you all can come. We will give you citizenship by investment. All of them are going to run to St. Lucia. Grenada already said no, and some of the other Caribbean islands say no, but St. Lucia said yes. So obviously, all of them are going to run to St. Lucia. Oh, God. Our country's reputation is not good in the wider world. Our country's reputation is not good. And look at the men running our country. Their reputation is scarred, is dirty, is marred. And we have these people as the face. Let me tell you all something, people. You do not know how much I want that government out. Because it is showing you and I, it is showing you and I that they only care. That they only care for themselves. Now put the pictures of the Poale Beach. I am going to show you before election, putting people first. We putting you first. We love you. Look what Labour do, y'all. Look what Labour do, y'all. Look what Labour do, y'all. Yes, look at those pictures. Where is the Minister of Sargasm? Where is Jeremiah Norbert? Where is the Minister of Sargasm? Y'all said when y'all, this is the Poile beach. Look at, you can flip the pictures for them to see. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Let me tell you, this thing, now, I am not blaming SLP, I'm not blaming UWP. This thing lets go a kind of toxin that the smell is so nasty. And this right here, Jeremiah, Norbert, all of them said they were making a big fuss. They would help the people. You have a representative for Mikud North, and what is he doing? What is this guy doing? What is he doing? People, don't worry about where the SLP supporters are tonight. Take the work I am giving you, the research I am giving you, and go and share it with your friends. Share it with them. Don't worry them. They just come after the live to go and look at it. That's where the views are. Don't worry them. So we're putting you first. Why isn't this beach cleaned? Now, certain places you will find that the areas are clean because the hotels are there and they have their backhoe or whatever cleaning it up. It is 7 months. What are the changes Jeremiah Norbert has done in Mikud North? And I can tell you, St. Lucia Labour Party, you have disappointed the people of Mikud North because they thought you would have come and done differently than Gail Rigobert. They thought you would have come and you would have done better. So I need you, St. Lucians, to stop looking at situations from a political lens, red or yellow. Look at a beach, a beautiful beach. Now, you know, somebody's just saying that a whole load of them went to the Virgin Islands, took a flight on Virgin Atlantic yesterday, and they were saying that Alan Shastney was a globetrotter. In today's world, where, well, I don't think we have COVID again, I know what they have. In today's world, where you can do almost anything via conferencing, this government is globe-trotting with friends, family, cliques, jabals, side men, all kind of things. We are still waiting for the $1,500. Can we show that tape? We are still waiting for the $1,500.
Did you also say that you promised every solution $1,500? That's being said all over the place.
I never know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. I mean, this, nobody can bring a tape and tell. Nobody can bring a tape and tell. What we said is, we said everybody who gets less than $4,000 a month will pay no tax. No one. And I challenge anybody to go anywhere to say where Philip J. Pierre ever said. Challenge it. People just say that.
Flashback.
We would increase the income support to the unemployed people in the country, so $500 would not be enough. A Labour Party would ensure that these people would get at least $1,500 for their response to COVID. We would triple it, my brothers and sisters. We would triple it. We would.
End of flashback.
God have mercy upon us.
That's all, folks.
You know, I love my supporters because when y'all come and talk crap underneath my live, they deal with y'all. And I realize most of my supporters are getting with the program. And Curti and the rest had a right to say to you, so much information so is given. It means you have a low IQ to say the show is boring. You want me to come here and do I come from, you want me to come and cough like that? And talk shit about Sky FM, talk shit about Guy Joseph, like Baha? You want me to come and do that? Trust me. Nah. I will come and present the facts. And when I end the show, the countless messages saying, so thank you, I have learned something. You want me to come here and say, are you going to arrest Sky FM? I'm going to arrest them. Like a Mama Jamet? No. I'm here to give you information. And that's why people are asking for Soso to come to their country. And that's why people from all over Australia, everywhere, saying, you are saying exactly what is happening in our country. Politics is politics wherever you go. The difference with our politics here is that there are no standards, there are nothing. People just do what the hell they want. Right? You want me to come here and curse women and say you this, you surviving on coffee and you're doing drugs. I'll drink my coffee and mind my business. I'm not doing drugs. Never have, never will, never smoked a cigarette, not about to do it, not gonna do it, never weed, nothing. So when you come here, it's food I giving you. Your belly must burst. So much food I giving you. You have to go and sit on the toilet, right? To refresh yourself of all the old garbage you have been eating, and let my food soak in, let all the nutrients soak into your cells, into your body. When will St. Lucians realize it ain't about political party, it's about our country? And whichever government that is there, we have to hold them accountable. And right now, I'm going to say it bold first, mamily. I am very uncomfortable with Ernest Hille being at the helm of our investment portfolio. I am very wary, and the people around him, they look clueless also. Stop kissing politicians behind. They care for you when they have to go on their trips. And as I said in my last maybe 2 shows, they look for their friends to give positions. And I'm all for the young people. They are brilliant young people, and I will keep praising. Everybody said, people even from overseas are saying, so your show is at international standard. It's at international standard, yes, but it's because of a young person. I have the knowledge, I have this, I have that. I could come to you and give you the information. But on the technical side, it's a young person making me look good. So why are the young people being overlooked, and you put people who have lived their life already? You think if I am 60 years, I want to go and sit down in any council? No, let the young people do that. Right? I want to sit down and enjoy my life. Let the young people do that. We have a lot of people who did not accomplish when they were, at the young age, 40, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. When they party in power, they want to live large. Y'all campaigned on a youth economy, putting people first. However, y'all are putting your friends first and not the young people. Instead of Bahau speaking to the issues of what is happening in our country, you want to talk about Guy Joseph Volley, you want to talk about Sky FM. They're not putting food on our table. This is not putting food on our tables. And to say that people are now coming for favors, oh, they want you to buy a tank of gas, they want you to buy that. What the hell? Why can't you buy a tank of gas? Let me tell you something, and this is why I'm trying to change the thinking of St. Lucians, so that when you vote, you do not vote for a politician or a government to buy a tank of gas for you. or to pay your light or to pay your water. You should be voting for a government to empower you and to create the atmosphere where you are able to thrive, where you are able to create your own employment, or you have a good job and you can sustain yourself. It doesn't matter what job you do, from the highest job to the humblest job. It doesn't matter. As long as the environment is created and you are able to earn a living, that is what people want. And I've heard people say, I do not want handouts. I do not want to go and ask that politician to buy this for me, that for me. I want to be able to work and have my own money and be sustainable and help myself. This is what Alan Shasney did. But what y'all did, y'all voted him on 3 words. Shas must go, he go. And if I was Shas, I ain't coming back. Because y'all fight. I ain't coming back. If I was Shas, I ain't coming back. You don't see how Shas looking good with his father? The man will come back and take stress for y'all. Y'all kill the country, right? Oh yes, this is Jason, my twin. Jason, let me tell you, Jason and I have been trying to meet up, but we always cross in path. And I had to meet him today, but then when I got to town, he was up north, and then he is saying we did not even get to drink our coffee. He just bought me coffees there, and that is so true. Jason is my twin. I was born August 7th, he's born August 7th, same energy, good thinking. And let me tell you something about Jason. I saw Jason writing things not under my life, but other places, and I saw some other people maybe took offense to what he was saying, like maybe some UWPs take offense, but he was speaking my kind of language to be objective, right? And then I said, this guy, seems to say what he's doing, what he's saying, and then he made a comment, and then somebody came for him, and I said, no, you're not coming for him. He's right. He's open-minded, and this is what we want in our country. We want people who are open-minded. Now, Jason, I didn't get to meet you. You're leaving tomorrow, and I wish you all the best. You will come back to St. Lucia. We'll meet again. I'm wishing you all the best, safe flight, and you know how it goes in St. Lucia. Everything dragging, but God is with you, and you are going to prosper. Now, according to Melly just asked, what is the youth economy? The youth economy is giving people, right, who help them win jobs. When I walk into Massey and the security guard has to say to me, my lady, it's so hard, I miss Uncle Shas. He voted for Uncle Shas. He told me, it's so hard, it's hard. I miss Uncle Shas. I don't care what you'll say, if Alan Shasney was in power right now, there would have been a higher level of confidence in our country by the foreign players, the movers and shakers globally. When you look at Ernest Hilaire, Philip J. Pierre, and the gang, I am not feeling that level of confidence. I'm not seeing it. Like the wider world is just watching us. People, fuel is going off the chain. Honestly, people, the government is not responsible for inflation. I do not know how we as St. Lucian, Julian McLean said that's his birthday too. Yeah, Leo's Rock, we are very loving, we're very nice, we're very kind. We know nonsense kind of people, but we are forgiving people. So my people, we need to understand that PEEP does not command the respect like Alan Shasney on the international stage. All the people, there are so many people. There was this guy who said to me, so I'm just waiting for the projects to come back so I can make my money, I can take care of my family. 7 long freaking months. You wicked Philip J. Pierre have put this man and hundreds of people, if not thousands, on the breadline because you'll stop the project for greed and hatred. God is going to lick you all for doing that. He is going to beat you all for doing that, because when you make people suffer not being able to take care of themselves and their family, God is going to deal with you all. And I suspect that too. I suspect they have used the money for the projects. They have. And again, as I said to y'all, I have a mystery guest. And sometimes when you see government working, government doesn't always have money if you don't know. But there are wealthy people with money and make things happen for the government, and then the government do the arrangement and then they pay. Who does Philip JPA has? Who does Philip JPA have? You ain't got no, who you can call to say, guys, sir, I need to do a project, I need 20 million. Who you have that can do that for you? Nobody. But Shasney had them. Shasney had them. Uncle Shas had them. Uncle Shas had them. So many people in St. Lucia are suffering right now. And you go into town and hear people telling you nothing running, nothing running. You know, one day I had to ask, but wait, is that not a Friday? Why people are not here? So the person that come under my life and say it's boring, because you're not going to hear me come and say, Guy Joseph is a right? I get a call in England. You will not hear me come in and say that. Try to big up yourself. Big up yourself for what? And people are suffering. This is the worst government. And I am praying that my country gets out from this government. Yeah, y'all want so is resourceful, so is this, so is that. Now the person who said that to me, the person is a good person. I will not bash that person. He's an excellent person. He's a good guy, right? And I believe they have people that really want to see the country going fat. But with Philip Mosso Zoe, country ain't going nowhere. Country ain't going nowhere. So my people, Wednesday, you remember Wednesday I am on GVD TV Flow 115. So it is very nice to hear that people in the bars listening to the show on Flow 115, you know, they're everywhere. So my message is getting out throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia. My show is going out there. And let me shout out Vitus. Vitus, I pray that the Lord bless you. Bless your business. Bless your stuff. And multiply for you. Because what we are doing here is to allow the people of St. Lucia to hear the truth. As I said to you all, Maisia, Pumati, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for yard fowls. I don't have time for bahau. And you see that snake. God is really going to deal with you. Because if you are a patriot, you work in the interest of the people. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. Working in the interest of the people. Y'all are going to miss Alan Shasney. I know Alan Shasney is going to win when it's time for the election. I know he's going to win. But at the end of the day, I would like Uncle Shas. Some of you might like what I'm saying, but I want Uncle Shas to think of yourself. Think of your family. Think of what they want and what you want. Because you offered the people of St. Lucia greatness, and they kicked you for crap. Right now they're crying. Some of them said, I wish Uncle Shas was there. But he was there. He was there. So my people, I love y'all. You know when it's 10 o'clock, so is out of here. Thanks for all the coffees. I saw them popping up. Thanks for the coffee. And I pray that God bless each and every one of you. Have a blessed night. Bye.